Welcome. This is Dr. Traci K. Thank you. Oh, I love you in this place. Thanks for coming to share your practice with me on this spiritual, vibrational Sunday message. And if you can, please do me a favor and follow up me on social media, Facebook, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel for Dr. Traci K with an I. And get all that you can. There are some great things for you to join our spiritual vibrational challenge group, private group that's on Facebook. It's amazing how everybody's leaving these very amazing inspirational messages and art therapy and posters, and it's just so exciting. So come on in and share yours. I would love to see yours also. But today, let's get started I want to talk to you about a strong message I want to put here spiritually. It's, you can is my message, because you can, and I want you to put that in your mind right now, because you can. Don't give up, because you can. Always keep trying, because you can. I want to let you know that there are some key messages I'm going to give you today that has always kept me going, inspired, let alone just from, things that I've gotten from the military, because they drill, but just being an actual trainer myself, where I was doing that for the soldiers, because when they seemed like at all lost costs they were in the wrong place, and it just seemed like there was no help for them. They were scared going into training, or they weren't going to make it to pass their tests in order to get the reenlistment or the money, because that would have been they were out completely on the streets. And so they just seemed to have all these issues where they just couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. But that's not what I kept saying. You can. Because when I realized that with my own goals, because I didn't have anybody. I was by myself, seeking things by myself, just where I was one direction, and I just saw these roadblocks constantly where I just like, okay, and then I found all these health issues piling on top of that. I knew that that was not the place I should be, and I needed a transformation. And what had happened, it something where when I can't comes in, and you're constantly putting yourself down, what happens is that you end up breaking yourself down. And that's what that I know I've experienced. And when you get that opportunity, because there's that higher power message of the universe that's over top of you. And I would always get these where, don't do that, don't do it. And I'm like, I want to do it. That's my free will. And then you go, well, okay, but then it's going to happen. And they're like, oh, and you're like, well, you need to try. No, I can't. I just can't. Or I can't do this. But, there was always somebody that pushed you off that ledge, and you did it. And you were like, wow, that was pretty awesome. And it wasn't really the actual doing it that was the hard part. It was what's leading up to it that was the misery and the causing of the issue. So when I'm talking about you have to always keep that in your mind and tap it on the side of your head. Get that emotional freedom, because you can. And I'm going to give you I heard some stories. I've had all kinds of I've read about all different types of stories, and I just, I'm very thankful, grateful. We should all be very thankful and grateful, because you need to understand that if you keep trying, because there are some people in other areas of this world, in this planet, on this earth, that don't get that opportunity, and they have no choice in the matter. For example, especially, certain areas of the country where women have no choice, and their only choices through their, their, and they're pretty much a commodity. They're a property. They're not an actual looked at as something that is, I am somebody. And they say that, well, you are my commodity and I'm going to use you for my benefit. And that sometimes happens in some areas of this country where, for example, at the age where it's considered in this country human trafficking, and they don't consider it that. They consider that's part of the way they live, where the like girls are used as property and the boys are pushed to be the best and only given the benefits, where the girl is not, and that happens to be a property and sold like cattle or sold like jewelry or sold like a trade. And some of these areas in our country where it's so sad, but they're, sold off, and they're not even 10, 11 years old, these girls. And so they're pretty much considered they are raped, and they end up being stuck married to something or somebody that they clearly don't want to be with. And they're raped and they're impregnated and they're used and beaten. And these are issues where they just don't, that's a breaking down of a spirit. Well, what comes to my mind is amazing how I understand a little bit about that. We all do, from generation to generation. And the thing is, you can't let yourself not be a voice, because you don't want to be unforgettable. You don't want to be unforgettable, because that's sometimes happen. I understand that because I went through that, where they try to just erase me, my identity, my life, my thing, all my achievements. Then I fought back, and it was a mark that they try to do anything they could do to try to keep me down, to keep me from any being an amazing one. But no matter what they do, if they've used, even if they use authority figures or government or local states, whatever, that's not going to stop you. You cannot let that stop you, because those are lies. Those are evil enemies, devilish, evil ways to keep you from your light. And you can overcome that, because you can, because there's a lot of people that have. And when I tell you about something when it comes to spirit, because that's the strongest thing, because your body is a temple, but your spirit is the higher power, and they can't take that from you, that light. So you need to keep that. And what I found was that girls that went through stuff like that, and they didn't have a voice, they didn't know, they decided to be their own cheering fan section. And they did things like what I talk about in one of my other videos, if you haven't seen it, about somewhat of considered a manifestation. And if you remember when you're a little girl, when you used to do fun little things like the message in the bottle and sending it out and see, or if you've done things where, simply just taking a can, putting all your favorite things in there that you don't want it to take, and you bury it. And maybe it's buried there, and one day you go back to it and it's still there. And that's a thing that I read about, a story where this girl, a little girl, a child, who was put into this type of situation. It was very, very smart, even though she was kept from being educated. And the thing she did was she decided to not give up on herself and keep herself in her mind that she is somebody and she can. And she would write down a dream. She kept her dream alive in her spirit, and she would write it down, and she would put it in a tin can, and she would bury it. And even though she was in this situation where it was not very good situation, she found a way to bring that miracle to her. And that miracle showed up, and she was in a certain place at a certain time where somebody just was there in her area, and she happened to be noticed by offering an opportunity to answer simple question that they were doing for that whole area. And it was an organization, and she said, my dream is to come to the United States. My dream is to get an education. I'm not allowed that. And even though I'm here, I wouldn't, they don't offer it to me here. I want a chance. And a miracle that happened, she was given that opportunity to come to the United States on an basically a foreign exchange type student. She got her degree, and that was her dream. And everything she kept alive in her spirit, it came to pass. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, don't give up. Keep trying. And if no one wants to give you that, there is ways that you can be awarded that. Just because, they don't invite you to the big main TV thing on stage to hand you your Grammy or hand you, doesn't mean that you can't still receive that award. Don't give up, because it will. What I'm trying to explain to you is that you need to keep trying. Always keep trying. And another thing, always do the right thing. Always. Because what I'm trying to explain to you is that it's important to do the right thing. I know it's hard because you get these sideway things because, but it's important to be excellent. And what I'm saying, because if somebody won't give it, you do it for yourself. That is the important thing, because you are your support system. You are the one that strives. Don't rely on other people. Because what I'm trying to do is when you do the right thing in your path, and you see that and you know that's your pushing goal, no matter what it takes, you're going to do it. Reward yourself, award yourself. If they're not going to put you on that, you can be put. And what's going to happen is that's going to show that you are being excellent to yourself. And people, so good, people will notice. Think of how you notice things like, for example, when you order Chinese food and they put that extra sauce on there. You don't need it. It's amazing, but they give you all that extra sauce and extra napkins and extra. They even give you plates. Maybe you don't have any plates. They give you plates. They give you a fork. They give you napkins. They give you all this extra sauce, and where other places might charge you for it, never give you none of that. You notice that from them, that person, that extra thing. You remember that. You want to go back to them. You're going to reorder from them, right? Am I right? So good. Let's hear it. So good. And you notice that, because that's what it is. You want to go back to those people, because even at a small Chinese, it's showing excellence. And excellence is all about that. So let that be you can. Be excellent. Let excellence be your brand. That means that everybody can see that, because when you try to be excellent, take in excellence, and you say, you can. That excellence is going to get you noticed, because it is going to be your brand, something different that you provide. That way, and everybody will talk about it, because that is what builds your brand. I just I've never knew that in myself. And what I wanted to say, when people say, you know, what's your brand? You know, what's this? And what do you do? I don't know what you do. What do you do, anyways? You say, I'm Traci K. I'm Dr. Traci K. I'm Traci K. That's my brand. That's who I am. That's my excellence. I'm the best version of myself, and offers my service because what comes with that, the tools that are provided to help with that, is my brand. Am I right? So good. And I recognize that now. It's that my choice is to, in every way, in every example, in every experience, I try to do the right thing and the excellent thing to my best way that I know, which is my boundary to create. And so, like, when I remember years ago, I was offered something in regards to, it's the first time I ever really got into modeling, and I didn't, because I never really thought of me as a model. Everybody, and it was always messages to me growing up, oh gosh, you're gonna be a model, you're gonna be a model, and I'm like, I never really thought of myself like that. And when I was given that opportunity, and I stood there, and I just, up against all these other pageantry type women, because we just had that Miss Universe, and I understand pageantry really well myself, and I am thankful now that I did do pageantry. Even though I was a tomboy at heart, I still needed that grace, and at that position of grace and recognition, it really helped me understand the spirit later on. So it gave me that grace. And when you're not thinking of yourself that way, and you're standing there, and you're all of a sudden in front of the world, millions of people are watching you, and they come out, and they want to recognize you. And it's not just the each one category. It's the basic stuff. Okay, you're awarded this basic stuff, but then they have these other categories that are specialized, where the judges have actually seen you stand out amongst all the others, and it could be thousands or hundreds, and it allows you, and it gets you to where you are being awarded and noticed in that area of yourself as a brand, and who you are and what you portray out as excellence. And you can. Don't ever think of that, because, and they take that initiative and create that special award and position to offer you that, and nobody else, just you, because you stood out as an unforgettable woman, what I know is that when you're excellent in who you become, in your best version of yourself, people remember you stand out, regardless of what it is. You become this unforgettable, and I want you to know that doing so in the right thing, and even not doing what everybody else is doing, but just saying that, doing that in your right thing of who you are and the best version of yourself, will always bring the right thing to you. In the best version of yourself, I promise you that. Why? Because it's a third law of motion. Always work for every action. There's an equal and opposite. So it's true. And it can be folded in 10 times. And I just want to let you know that that is the key for YOUCAN. Know yourself, okay? And be inspired by others. It's the way it is. Now I want you to take this time, because I think that's a really good message. And I want you to breathe that in. So I want you to take this time right now, everyone, and sit and meditate or pray with me at this time. I want you to bring yourself into awareness right now, because we're going to do this exercise as this you can. I'm going to give you this. So come to me, put your hands together. You can put it in to however it makes you comfortable, where you want to fold your hands in a prayer mantra, or you want to bring your hands and your fingers together, touching. And I want you to close your eyes right now. Close your eyes right now. Every one of you, do it now. And I want you to just, and I think touching your hand, it brings yourself into alignment and centers you. So make sure that you're focused. And I want you to take and let yourself feel this, your spiritual vibration, your pulse of your personal energy. And I want you to now take 3 deep breaths with me. Okay, inhale. So good. And an exhale. And feel this vibration of your spirit, your energy, your blood pulsating through your body, through you, being alive. Take another inhale right now for me, guys. And exhale. And feel that vibration. Your spirit vibrating. Take another inhale for me, the last breath of this exercise, and slowly release. Excellent. See, excellent. Let's just think about this now. This day, together today in this practice, this day that you have been graced with, to breathe in and out thousands of times. So good. This day, where many of those breaths were taken for granted, right? You just expected it, the next one just to come in. The truth is here. But there's no guarantee the next one comes, right? But it is here in this day. You vibrating like you are. The thoughts that are moving you. The blessings that have been given to you. The gratefulness. How you've carried yourself through this day. How you've allowed to have the encounters and experiences. Some challenging, some more life enhancing, some, just whatever. It's a push that push you forward another day of being here on this planet Earth, this amazing, blessed be as a human being. It's a special thing that we've been granted this opportunity to be a human being. Let's just think about that. All you've been through in this day alone. Many days and years past, I know. And you're so grateful. Aren't you grateful? So good how you got here to this prestigious, amazing place that you are. And to come share this message with me and be brought to you on this day, the choices that you've made, and you're still here. You are excellence. You can. Because it's showing here just as you being today. And the only prayer that you need right now, and the prayer and the spiritual guidance, is to say thank you. Thank you so much. Again, say thank you so much that you're still here. And you get another chance this day to do better and be better. Another chance to become more of who you are, become the better version of your creation that you were to be created from, to fulfill and be fulfilled. Oh, I want to celebrate you right now. Celebrate yourself. If you need to, raise your hands up. I feel this vibrational energy. Raise it up. Raise it up. So good. So good. Now I want you to reach out, scream it if you have to, and I want you now to claim it. Yes. So good. Excellent, guys. Oh, I hope you enjoyed this message. This is Dr. Traci K. I really enjoy this being with you because this empowerment of YOUCAN and being excellence is wonderful in that matter, because excellence is who you are, the best version of yourself, and you can be the best version of yourself. And there's so many ways you can do that by joining in and really start lifting yourself up, because the 12 fruits of the Spirit program is about that. It allows you to activate each week and practice in these activities, because that's what you need. That's what's going to help you. That's what's going to bring you into alignment and raise yourself up higher so you can level up. Right? So good. Isn't it amazing? Because the stories have been told. You can do it. You can. Alrighty? Oh, goodness gracious. So wonderful. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming to listen to this beautiful, wonderful Spiritual Sunday Vibe message. I hope it really helped you. Please post and comment. I want to know how you're feeling, what's going on in your life. Share it in the private Facebook group. Keep posting those amazing art and art therapy, inspirational, motivational posts that I'm seeing, and images and actual statements I'm getting. There's tons of stuff. I love how you're also talking about how wonderful animals are too. That's my thing. I love animals. And just remember that there's a lot of programs that are offered to you right now. If you want to and you enjoy Christmas music, please, I would love for you to take an in-kind donation of some sort. Getting my Christmas album right now offers you a free VIP ticket, $300 value, to an amazing holiday stress-free anxiety relief workshop. So check that out. There's so many things that are going on. We have our 21-day meditation, how to meditate for weight loss, coming up in the new year. So much more. Other things like how to tame emotional pain. There's tons of meditation, music, art music, meditations you can check out, buy on my website, workingitoutseries.com, or go to the Facebook shop on Working Out Series and check out what's going on there. And if you need some tools, you can buy those, beauty tools, fashion, and spiritual stuff. That's also on my Traci K Beauty and Fashion.com. So, in closing, I highly ask that you do take for the next week and use this "you can" into an "I can." So I'm saying to you, you can. Now you do, and you say, I can. And then you say it to someone else, you can. See what that has. And then bring that into alignment to be excellence. To use that phrase, I'm giving that spiritual word, vibrational word of excellence to you. So I think that's something that's going to really help you guys out, okay? Because it is a foundation of empowerment, right? It's a basing of anything when it comes to entrepreneurship, family, lifestyle goals, health and fitness. It's an engagement, because that's your foundation. It's going to be a base of your success and well-being, and become a wholeness with everything, all-knowing, and who you are and where you come from, right? And find those tools that will help you like that, because that's the way it's going to be a benefit to you, because that's the tools that are provided for you. Things like that to come in alignment, to get your spiritual vibration to the best version of yourself. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week on the next Sunday Vibe message, all right? Put your hands together. Raise your hands to your forehead. Send your light and love to others. Sharing is caring. Like and subscribe. Tell others about it to come in and share in these wonderful good messages. And now bow to claim it.